Alright, we have a three-way split. Now, I really wanted to continue with Van. And hey, Elaine and Jorda here. And someone mysterious? And it also fits in the timeline that this is basically the first story this plays out. The Final Lie, Van Route 6. Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, though. Forgot to say that. Launch day. It's 7:15 AM.
As was discussed last night, Heiyue will be withdrawing from Anchorville.
You have my sincerest apologies, everyone. We're still in the process of assessing the area's safety, but once that's been verified, we can ill afford to linger here.
For now, we'll have a liaison stationed at the Kowloon Anchorville branch. That way, you'll have a direct line to us, should you need it.
Something tells me what you're feeding us isn't the full story. Whatever. So, you're all working together with Ashin and Gian, right?
That's correct. We've now confirmed the appearance of our former ruler. Consequently, Heiyue must band together and work as one, with the Li and Lu family heads leading from within.
While we would like nothing more than to stay and help, our priorities lie in returning to the fold for the time being. However, as soon as the dust has settled, we'll aid you in whatever way we can. You may hold me to that.
I wouldn't buy it if it were Tower's bastard bro saying that. But since it's you, alright. Once we've wrapped things up on our end, I'll reach out through your liaison.
We've got some extra help on the way anyhow, so don't feel too bad. And that goes for you too, Mirabelle.
Even though I stuck around longer than I was supposed to, I still feel bad I can't see things through here. Not being able to provide A+ support when a problem pops up is a mark of shame for us concierges.
I know how you feel, seeing as how I've been unable to join Marduk in one of its foremost ventures. Take care of yourself, Mirabelle. Let's do our best, so that we may deliver a positive report to one another.
Reset. Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, yeah, and tell Kasim I said good luck.
Sure thing. Okay, everyone, I'm rooting for ya.
Goodbye, Mirabelle. It seems like Heiyue and Marduk are forming a united front ahead of a launch. I know Aaron was kept in the dark, but I'm assuming you don't have any insider information either, right? The extent of my knowledge is that we are to provide the presidential office with our full support today. By summoning Mirabelle denotes we intend to utilize every available resource to ensure the program's success. Okay, even if I don't know where sending hermits into space should fall on the importance scale. We're dealing with these super strong masked guys, including people who should be dead. This isn't a small potatoes thing. Yeah, no kidding. And speaking of them, we still don't know who some of the other members are. True, after seeing last night's wacky-ass lineup, the possibilities are damn near infinite. Whether they were real or not is something we have to determine. At any rate, that sounds as though everything along Lai, as well as another area, is at last coming to a crescendo. We've little choice but to leave those matters in their hands, as ours will be full in dealing with our own predicament. Focus on the obstacles that lie ahead, and settle this using your signature Spriggan style. Yeah, that's the plan. While people in the real world and the underworld are going about their lives, these masked bosses are trying to pull something in the gap between them. And as fixers, who operate in that very space, they're probably the only ones up to the task of unmasking their true goals and identities. Since Agnès isn't here, You gotta give it our 110%. I don't want her or anyone else worrying a second longer, so let's give this our all. Man, right, I can get behind that. Same here. I imagine Agnès is having it rough, so nothing more than to put her mind at ease. I put in triple the effort so we can wrap this up as soon as humanly possible. That would be for the best, yes. Although Miss Bright is by her side, she is likely anxious about the announcement. Yeah. If I said I wasn't totally shocked by that bombshell, I'd be a big fat liar. I mean, who would have thought that Agnès... Wait, did you know this, Jack? Well, I might have sniffed it out after swapping notes with Dingo and Bemodi. Crazy to think the little Missy was a daughter of a president of Calvert and the great-granddaughter of C. Epstein. I have to imagine the hole left by her and Renne has to be as wide as the Maria itself. You guys gonna be alright? Between Almata and the Crimson Beast case, Agnès was your master key to resolving them, wasn't she? Kinda, yeah. That four-eyed desk jockey was talking like the CID might seize the Genesis themselves, if the situation called for it. I get being cautious and the masked people's goals are a giant question mark, but still.
Miss Claudel, this is a message from President Gramhart. You will return to Edith tonight and stay in the presidential office rather than the dormitories. Tomorrow, I will have you attend the launch ceremony so you may formally reveal to the public your status as the president's daughter.
What?
What? Hold on just a second, Mr. Kincaid.
You expect Agnès to up and leave just like that? Shouldn't she have a say in this?
Hey, Renne. Well, I'm not sure what the situation is on your side. I can't say I much appreciate you going over my head like this. Part-time or no, she is my employee. Don't you think you should have run this by me first?
Van.
My apologies for the lack of advanced notice, Mr. Arkwright. Be that as it may, surely you can understand our concern over leaving a relative of the head of state in such a dangerous situation, yes? Now, if you were to have a personal reason for wanting her to stay, that would be a different story.
Huh? I had heard the two of them went on a night patrol together yesterday. Could something have happened then? It's all right, Van. Mr. Kincaid, I'm assuming we have to leave now, yes?
Yes! Now hold the phone! Yes, you don't have to go along with this.
That would be ideal, provided you wish to speak with the president before tomorrow.
Yes, I'd like that. My dad is going to be very busy with the program, so if I miss this window, we might not have time to talk. In that case, shall we be off?
Agnès.
What a rotten employee I turned out to be, huh? I know I'm leaving in the middle of a 4 SPG. I'm really sorry. I wish you all the best of luck. These opponents are formidable, but I know you can win. Though, just in case, I'd like you to take...
I'm afraid I cannot allow you to hand that over. So long as this current predicament remains unresolved, there is a risk it could be stolen. As a contingency, see to it that all 8 of the devices, along with my daughter, are brought to Edith. Those were President Gramhart's orders.
What? No.
Suppose I can understand that. We've contained the Jaeger and Mafia problem, but Ix and the Apostle are still out there. There's a non-zero chance this situation is just one giant smokescreen for what they're really trying to accomplish. Not to mention, there's still a foul stench wafted in the air. Edith's gonna be way safer than here. And honestly, I think you're better off holding on to that, Agnès.
Van.
I appreciate your understanding. At the least, you have the replica you won at the auction to fall back on. It's apparent that Epstein's legacy served as the inspiration for its design. Perhaps it can be a safeguard in the event of an emergency.
Maybe.
I suppose you were able to call upon that power 2 nights ago, even without Agnès and her Genesis being present.
Putting aside the question of how you know all that, we'll go ahead and take your word for it.
But even if the replicas were based off the Genesis...
It's time, young lady. Let's be off. I'll leave the rest in your hands, Inspector Daswani. The capital is sending additional support to Anchorville. Please work with them and the guild to resolve the matter at hand.
Like you're giving us a choice. Well, if the CID is withdrawing, we'll need all the help we can get.
Miss Alton, I would advise returning to your Marduk-assigned tasks as soon as possible. As for you, you're free to do as you please, on the condition that you do not interfere with our plans.
Perish the thought, O ye of little faith. We wouldn't even dream of breaking our agreement, seeing as the ink has long since dried.
However, know that beyond the confines of its contents, we'll be acting in whatever ways we see fit.
You're on one heck of a power trip ordering us all around. But alright, I'll play along. For now.
Yes. It's going to be all right, Fairy. Look after Van and everyone else for me, okay? And good luck dealing with that masked woman. Oh, and also, promise me you'll stay safe. I want to see that nice cheery face when we all meet up again in Edith.
Okay, it's a promise. We'll all come back safe, because your birthday party's right around the corner.
Right. We'll make it through just fine. I'm more worried about you, Agnès.
Same here. Like, why does she have to do this now, of all times?
With the abruptness of it all, announcement included. You can't blame us for questioning your motives.
Yeah, and not to mention you wheeling out the sleek government car all fancy-like.
From my point of view, it all just seems a little too prepared.
Perhaps their concerns would be assuaged if I accompanied her.
Renne?
I turned over my remaining student council work to Odette and Albert before coming here. Provided your help arrives tomorrow as planned, your team should have sufficient manpower, yes?
Jorda and Elaine.
More than enough, I'd say. You go with Agnès.
Very well. I'll do just that. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Renne.
Were I the inflexible sort, I would take umbrage with such wanton unilateral decision-making. But I'll let the issue slide this time.
Really? Unilateral decision-making was not at all what you just did, right?
You may come along. Incidentally, there are other seats available as well, so if we have any other volunteers, speak now.
Well, if you're offering, I'll hitch a ride too.
Grammy!
Dominique.
You wish to come with us? For what reason?
It's not because I have any business with the CID, in case you're wondering. I just need a ride. Not often I drop by this place. Got some business to tend to in Edith, and I figure, why not see these girls get there safely while I'm at it? Plus, I'd save quite a bit not paying the cab fare. Why do you ask, anyway? You saying you don't want this old bat's company?
No, not at all.
Honestly speaking, it ain't a bad idea bringing her with you. She's a good companion to have in any situation, sticky or otherwise.
That's quite the understatement. If you come along, I'd like to inquire as to what this business of yours entails on the way over.
I certainly wouldn't object to you joining. Thanks in advance for looking after us, Dominique.
Please. No thanks necessary.
Unbelievable! First, you were incommunicado since yesterday, and now you're up and disappearing on me?
Sorry, Judith. If you don't mind, give my best to your mom, all right? Oh, and one last thing. Remember that I'm of the bygone generation. You're the star now, so settling things here is gonna fall to you. If you will, Arkwright, Roaring Lion, and everyone else, help her see this all to its natural conclusion.
It's just secret this and secret that with you, huh?
Understood, Dominique. We'll be counting on you, too.
Whatever you're up to.
I know I keep saying this, but please, be careful, everyone. And if you're not done by the time of tomorrow's launch, I'll make a beeline for Anchorville as soon as I'm able.
I would hope we'd be done by then. I'd rather it be us making a beeline back, in all honesty.
Yeah, so we can throw you the birthday party to end all birthday parties.
I'll bust out the hard stuff, and we can all get wasted.
Must I remind you this is a miner's party? Anyhow, even if it's only a little, I'd like to assist with the preparations.
Humes is excited about it too, so let's not let her down. We'll get this done, then meet back up in the capital. Once you finished everything on your end, why don't you get a head start on sorting the mountain of paperwork at the office?
Okay, I'll do just that.
Dear me. Well then, shall we be off?
One last thing. Regardless of whether Elaine and any other helpers come tomorrow, you had better make it out of this alive, Van.
Who do you think you're talking to? We'll have this squared away in record time. And after that, we're gonna blow the lid off your shady-ass plans. Better be ready.
You're welcome to try.
Having those schoolgirls roaring about us kinda pisses me off. Can't blame them entirely though, especially after seeing what that rat-headed bastard can do. Yeah, that masked soldier is really strong too. I wonder, could she be someone who's alive like X? Or is she more like those two from yesterday? Depending on the answer, the list of possible candidates would be entirely dissimilar. There's also a matter of who created the white replicas. That's still a big unknown. Why isn't Grammy ever around when you need her? Calm yourself, Judith. Remember what you told me? She tasked you with settling this whole affair. Knowing that, and knowing my mother, she's more than likely has a hand in all of this. Her involvement could very well have begun when she received her compact all those years ago. What? Yeah, the Phantanox, right? The Phantanox, right? The exterior is of modern make, but inside of it is an antique ornament. It often reacts to the Genesis, including when she transforms, I recall. Maybe there's more to why the old lady went with Agnès and she was heading on? Fine then. As the current holder of the mantle, it's up to me to face these evildoers head-on and bring down the hammer of justice. That's my duty as a Phantom Thief Grimcat, and as a member of the Spriggan team. Heck yeah, Judith! That's cool and all, but I still technically haven't hired you on as a temp, you know? Wow, it looks like another S-tier piece of intel just fell right into our laps. Shame we can't capitalize on it, with how much of our dirty laundry they know. Between the President's project and the enigmatic vestiges, it's only natural for one to be in a fog. That goes with the territory. What matters is that you find the path you take, as well as the means by which you reach its end. Such a thing should be decided on as a group, rather than by Van alone, wouldn't you agree? I know I told you all that we came to Anchorville because of Jorda's request. But thanks to these white replicas, and after seeing the identities of those two masked guys, I got another reason to stick around. Even if we put aside the connection that stuff has to the President's project, there's one simple truth ringing out in my head. We gotta put a stop to what the Apostle and X are planning, then drive him out of his place. Might as well unmask the Apostle and Soldier too while we're at it. That's the end I wanna reach with this 4SPG. You all feel the same way? Totally, I'm down with that tactical objective. Just add, we'll beat the ever-loving shit out of them to it, and I'm game. I have no objections myself. We may even be able to confirm the origins of the white replicas along the way. This falls in line with my crisis management duties, so I'll aid you to the fullest extent of my abilities. Goes without saying, I'm with you all the way. We'll kick him out of the city and into next week. Seems we have an accord then. Very well, you have my support as well. As Judith's predecessor and as a resident of the city, I'll be happy to provide whatever help I can. Don't forget about us. I still charge a fee for my services, but I give you a friend discount. Appreciate that, and I'm your debt master, Chloe.
I can pitch in too, I guess. As long as you hire me as a temp again.
Seems I made the right decision in having him bring us here first thing in the morning.
Elaine and Jorda! Well, you made it.
Indeed. I asked Giordano to take us here as quickly as he could. Though frankly, I'm still somewhat concerned about Jorda's condition.
Like I said, I'm fine. Really. That doctor said I'm good, so I'm good. I heard about yesterday. Sounds like things hit the fan. Also heard Ix hasn't shown up yet, even though he's supposed to be lurking around, right?
Yeah, wouldn't make sense for him to bail after he lured us here in the first place. The redhead, the sleazy pile of shit, and the soldier woman are off a game board. The next ones to try and make a move are probably gonna be the Brad and that apostle guy or whatever we're calling him.
Thought so. In that case, let me join you as a part-timer. Number 15 and that Agnès girl went back to the capital, right?
Yeah, they did. That reminds me, didn't you call them last night, Van? Yeah, but we didn't get to talk for long.
I have to wonder what exactly Renne and the CID are plotting with respect to Agnès' announcement. At the very least, I'm sure they'll go to great pains to ensure her safety. And if Renne's with her, there's likely nothing to worry about. The issue is that without them, your offensive capabilities will be greatly diminished. That's why I intend to help make up the difference. I'm here to assist, as both a bracer and as an ally.
Good to have you, Elaine. I can feel my stress levels going right through the floor now that you're here. With threat level being currently unknown, your presence is a great relief. Nice to have a reliable collaborator and a part-timer to the deck. It was working out just like I hoped. Yeah, our ace is in the hole, so then let me down. The easternmost part of the Republic. Central Ishkal Mountains, Kunlun Basin. Zeku Space Base.
Hurry and bring that in.
There's less than 6 hours until the launch.
2-stage to orbit orbital rocket Independence 2.
Get those final checks on Excalibur done, people. And do the same for the mobile space unit. Now seal off the fairing once the Major comes in at noon. Oh, there better not be a single scratch or a screw out of place. You hear me?
Yes, sir!
Okay, I think we're all set now. Though I'm still worried about how she'll handle the G-forces in the cockpit.
I believe you should place more faith in the Major. She has undergone the simulation countless times, achieving better results than those of the previous 2 launches on every run. I've no doubt whatsoever that she will overcome the G-forces in that mobile unit.
Yeah, you're probably right, as always. If anyone can do it, Major Amelia can. She blew us all away with her skills during that illusory coup last spring.
I assume you're thinking about Catra and Professor Hamilton, yes?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, we were there together during that whole thing. If it weren't for them, I would have completely lost sight of myself. And now... Now, Catra's charging headfirst into danger. And not only has the professor been unreachable, she might be a wanted criminal, even if unofficially. Also, about that hatch you designed for the secret phase.
That's not your domain. The Major's post-launch life support system is where your attention needs to be placed. Professor Hamilton, Katra, and you each have paths you must follow, and naturally, I have one I must tread as well. That's as far as this project is concerned, anyhow. Confirming the professor's well-being and dealing with that other affair are separate matters entirely.
Right. And for the sake of those things, we have to do whatever it takes to make this project a success. Oh, speaking of that other affair, I wasn't the only one who was surprised when they approached us about it in April, right?
Not in the least. They ought to be nearing the final stages of their plan also.
Sounds like Arkwright's group has been having a rough time of it in Anchorville. Lot of that going around, huh? Those Thors people ran into some trouble too, seems like. Putting the issue of the outsiders aside, all the aerospace force and I can do is our jobs. Like I did 3 years ago, and like I did as a courier.
Well spoken, my dear Hermes. Please be safe out there. When you return home, I'll treat you to my newest cocktail.
Cool. Gives me something to look forward to. Thanks, Bermati.
Mission Control Center.
Diagnostics on Prometheus 4 sensors complete. No abnormalities detected. Upper atmospheric conditions are stable. Chance of precipitation before 3 p.m. is at 2%.
Report. The maintenance team is conducting their final checks.
The CID has completed their media response strategy. The official footage for each scenario is ready to broadcast to the general public as well.
Official footage?
This is Haring, calling from Zeku Space Base. Good morning, Mr. President.
Vantai District in Edith. The Presidential Palace, or?
At 1200 hours today, Major Amelia Haring will be on standby aboard the spacecraft. All procedures and preparations, including for the answerers, have been completed. We expect the final phase to begin on schedule.
Answerers?
Understood. You have my gratitude, General Haring. For 3 years, you've gone along with your former subordinate's absurd, selfish plan. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
There's no need to thank me, Lieutenant Colonel Roy. It was you who charted this course and followed it through. All for the sake of Calvard's, Zamuria's future. Admittedly, the solution is high-handed and undeniably self-righteous, yet I see no other way forward. No one else in history could have gotten us to this point. No one, except for the relentless Roy Gramhart.
General.
The operation will begin at 1300 hours as scheduled. I leave the final order of Project Leviathan to you, Mr. President.
Very well. I'll be going down to the underground control center 2 hours from now.
What? Are you serious? Okay, I think I understand. Even if I didn't quite follow everything you said. But, Dad... Are you sure you're okay with this?
Sophie. Lilia. You can rest easy. I will not allow this world to come to an end. I swear this, as the President of the Republic, as one Zemurian of many, and above all, as the father of my only daughter. I'll do everything I can to ensure she has a future.
Route 6, the final lie. Well, here we are, launch day. It's only morning and I can already smell the excitement there. Yeah, I could feel it back in Edith too. It's weird now though, especially after what happened yesterday. It's like the people don't even remember or care that Anchorville was under attack last night. There may be some form of cognitive manipulation at play here. We better get our butts in gear and find some leads on this and those masked villains. The police and guild may well have picked up a clue or two already. Perhaps we ought to speak to them. On the subject, did I hear you inform the Zwani that half of the experienced bracers remained here? That's right, the other half returned to Edith already. The guild and police are prepared to work together if a need arises. That reminds me, were those two gamblers gonna stay behind and gather information? Seems like it. We're working with Pomodi to get intel from in and out of Calvert. I overheard Jack saying he was gonna drop by Shino's stall. He better not be going day drinking today of all days. If it happens, I'm pretty sure Hal will send him home in an ambulance. Oh, speaking of injured people, your Abby's still in town, right, Aaron? Damn it, you went and made me remember. Even Hayu left his ass behind. Well, he did break his leg, so they probably didn't have much choice. Wasn't he admitted to the general hospital? Yes, and evidently they completed his treatment last night. Perhaps we should pay him a visit? No! Anything but that. I'm not giving that deadbeat a second more of my time. Too bad, I'm already thinking of adding that to our itinerary. Okay, temp part-timer. If you're feeling up to it, wanna do a little investigating? Sure, I can handle whatever work you throw at me. Even when I'm not using my shadow powers, conducting espionage is as easy as taking candy from a baby. Well, someone's confident. Alright, it's 7:30 now. We better get to it. Yeah, okay everyone. Time to begin our final round of the city. Come on, let's get this done on Agnès' behalf. Right, then we can hurry on back to the capital. Agnès and Renne left the party. Obviously. Elaine and Jorda have joined the party.
Go on, give it a taste.
For that?
Just let me know if you need me.
We have all kinds of fresh vegetables.
What can I get for you? Thanks a bunch.
Quiche recipe.
Why, hello.
Newspaper and a whiskey for burgers.
Thank you. Why, hello. Thank you.
Okay, what?
What do we got?
Bounty, stranger. Southern outskirts. Okay, simple enough. There's a piece of paper in the corner of a bulletin board. The novel Sunshine Agnès is set in Anchorville. No one knows who the author is, and speaking as a fan, I'd really like to know more about them. If you have any information at all, please reach out. Rita. Receptionist at the Eaton News Agency. We got a wanted monster request, typical stuff. But what the hell is this other one about? Something about an author of some random novel? Not some random novel, it's Agnès' favorite book, Sunshine Agnès. She let me borrow it and I read through the whole thing, it was so good. Is that so? It's been on my to-read list for some time. I'm glad the book's gotten people more interested in Anchorville, but this request? Yeah, it's only soliciting information. Wouldn't really classify it as a 4th PG. That being said... What a coincidence that one of your favorite book protagonists has the same name as you do. Or is that why you like it so much? It's a little embarrassing to admit, but that's right. The reason why I asked my parents for it in the first place was because of the title. But that's just the start of it. The reason why I treasure it so much is because I admire Agnès' character so much. She was basically forced to go back to the capital, right? Yeah, at the least, she would be safer over there. Now I know this ain't a request, and that we got more important stuff to worry about, but this is the author of Agnès' favorite book we're talking about. I think it's worth doing a little digging. Yes, and we managed to find something. I'm sure we make her really happy when we tell her. A sort of verbal souvenir. I like that idea. When one is burdened with worries, they are often inclined to overlook things. It's precisely at times like these where we need to take a step back and remain calm. When it's settled, so our first clue is... Hold up, let's not put the cart before a horse, kiddo. You gotta talk to the person who posted this before anything else.
Commencing mission.
Okay, but not immediately. Nothing at the bracer guild.
I want to see the stars up close.
So these are idols?
All right.
Missing medical director. There's a matter I wish to discuss with everyone at Arkwright Solutions. I know you may be otherwise occupied, but would you be able to meet in front of a staff room or first floor of a hospital? We're still rather busy dealing with everything that happened yesterday, but please don't hesitate to interrupt.
Hello.
Okay.
Thank you.
Blue cheese kuchen?
What would you like?
Okay,
What will you do next?
Thank you very much.
My thanks, Van.
Okay.
What would you like?
Let's take Rosette on Elaine. Miss Fenley's footwork and overall movements are flawless. I've heard there are a number of techniques a boxer employs, such as contorting one's body and shifting weight from leg to leg. I can tell Miss Fenley went to great pains recreating how a boxer like Beth would use her muscles as accurately as possible. Ah, so that's why I could feel the weight behind all her movements. Wait, you could tell all that just from watching the movie? No, forget that. Did you even hear about that stuff? Oh, I studied up quite a bit on ergonomics while acclimating myself to this body. During that time, I used information about how one moves the body in boxing and other unique sports as a reference. It was a fascinating subject, so I remember quite a lot about it, even now. Oh, really? So you're a boxing buff this whole time? Go figure. A story about a delinquent who uses boxing to reforge herself and to find a new cause to embark on. I guess you truly can find meaning in life by devoting yourselves fully to something that suits you. Yep, you might even think of it as destiny at work. But you could say that about both my path as a Spriggan and yours as a Bracer. I suppose in Beth's case, she had a fateful encounter with Mikey because of her imprisonment. In reality though, not everyone gets that convenient chance encounter with a person who will magically change your life for the better. Right, that's why it's so important for the world to have people like Mikey in it. The more who will take it upon themselves to offer that helping hand to those in need, the better the world becomes. And so reason you became a Brace and I became a Spriggan. That said, you can't just sit and wait for someone to swoop in and save the day. Everyone should make every effort to chart their own destiny. I certainly won't argue with you on that point. This film has given me a lot to think about when it comes to the winding paths life takes.
Need any maintenance? I'm your gal. Come again. Need any maintenance? I'm your gal.
Elaine and Jorda. New weapons? Elaine most definitely needs a new weapon. We have nothing for Jorda here.
Come again.
What will you do next?
Thank you very much.
What are you scheming?
Need any maintenance? I'm your gal. Come again.
Good.
Whoa, this is incredible.
Okay, the Modi, Jack and Hell, blah blah. How goes the info hunt, Jack? Wow, it's only morning already, knocking one back? Imagine the shock. And imagine my annoyance at you making assumptions that aren't true. I haven't a second to spare for that kind of thing with how hectic things have been since yesterday. We've been doing some sniffing around, but we don't have much to show for it just yet, sadly. Most of the locals don't have any awareness of what happened last night. Ah yeah, I could see how that would make it hard to gain any headway. Have you obtained any leads from a Modi? Not a one. With a launch day hustle and bustle, the intel going around since the morning has been jumbly, like puzzle pieces that don't fit together. Oh, but we did hear that Agnès and Renne made it to the capital safely and that they've entered the presidential office. Ah. Sorry to make you go out of your way to confirm, but It's all good. We were wondering about what the CID was up to in that case anyway. I imagine your point of concern is the neglect of Anchorville, where the space program dominates the attention. I don't know much about what their deal is, but no matter how big or important that project's supposed to be, aren't they being kinda irresponsible here? In more ways than one, especially now that the threat and true nature of the messages has become apparent. One could also see it, however, as an indication of how much is at stake regarding the space program. Yeah, they may be more focused on this big picture than we think. Could be that the whole deal with Agnès ties into that. Huh? What's that sound? The hell? It's an X-Alpha series cruiser accompanied by gunships, all belonging to the Republican Army. Why are those things flying around here? It's just like Bamodi said. Apparently it's a large-scale military exercise that's connected to today's manned rocket launch. They've been spotted all over the Republic since this morning. It's become a bit of a hot topic in the news. We must be preparing for the worst-case scenario of a rocket launch failing. Surprised to hear even the X-Alba's part of it. If you ask me, that seems a little excessive putting something with that much firepower in a military exercise. For now, you can leave the issue to us and Bamodi. I'm sure you guys have enough on your platter as this. You should focus on clearing that out. Yeah, no point wasting time racking our brains about this. First, we'll finish everything in Anchorville. Then we can get over to Edith and reunite with Agnès. Yeah. Good luck with things on your end, you two. Thanks, good luck yourself. Okay, but I would end the episode here, I think. Oh? Ah, there's another wet exclamation mark at City Hall, so let's look at that first. Sorry, but that's my final answer. It doesn't make a difference how much a guild and police ask. I will not authorize security safeguards that will only create confusion and unrest. Not on such an important day as this. Furthermore, isn't requesting urgent assistance from other regions just a little bit excessive? Excessive, sir, with all due respect. Do you not remember the incident last night? Heck, even the hospital case alone is just cause for... Now hold on just a minute. I certainly don't recall any incidents after the one at the hospital. Are you referring to that bit of fog? Oh, I'd hardly call that an incident. What's going on? The other officers who were there had a similar reaction. Consider it a request from me as well, Mayor Mason. Oh, I know that face. The Guild and police have acquired top-secret intelligence via the Orbital network. It could be nothing more than a thoughtless prank, but it was a warning of a small-scale terrorist attack aimed at the space program crowds. This information is still unconfirmed, but in the unlikely event it's real, we'd like you to authorize some security as a protective measure. Very well, if a famous beauty place insists, I suppose I can grant the request. However, please remember that the process for enlisting the aid of other regions is a cumbersome one, not to mention time-consuming. And time is something I do not have. We're busy with today's ceremony that's connected to the capital. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be taking my leave. Thanks for coming in clutch, Elaine. Damn, you're becoming more of a smooth operator by the day. I suppose I have the influence of certain someone to thank for that. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. Trust me, just getting permission from that old lunk saved us a hell of a lot of trouble. Speaking of whom, could his lack of awareness of last night's incident be the influence of a white replica? We can't say for certain, but perhaps. Although it's possible vestiges have taken flight, we must remain vigilant. No, I'm almost positive they're still here. I can faintly sense X. That's why I'm pretty sure. Wait, seriously? Is that some sort of special instinct you share as twins? I don't know if we should place too much stock on that, but it's true that we can't go throwing caution to the wind at this stage of a game. Yeah, especially with those two things happening yesterday, one after the other. We're still trying to sniff out what's really going on behind the scenes, so we're relying on you do-gooders to keep a peace on the surface. Like we need you to tell us how to do our jobs. Keeping the peace is quite literal the police are for. Now that we've got the A-OK, we're going to get started planning out the security. Good luck with the investigation, Elaine. Of course, you can leave it to me. Okay, but I'm assuming there will be a third exclamation mark somewhere? Maybe at the hospital? Probably Aaron's father, right? I just want to check quickly. No, it's right at the entrance, okay. Good, but I would end the episode here. Until next time, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.